Tim Black. Tim Black. Tim Black. Yes, I am. True. Funny. Tim Black. I am TimBlack.com. Tim Black. All right, guys. How you doing? Welcome to the Tim Black at Night show. My bad, guys. My bad. It's a lot going on. Believe me, it's a lot going on. So I'm so glad you guys can make it. Let me give it up for my people on Periscope Live. Periscope people in the house. We right back at it. Periscope people, what's going on? All right. Welcome to you. Much love to you, guys. I know it's crazy today, and we're going to get through it together as one. Before we do that, what's up, YouTube? How y'all doing, YouTube? What's going on? People over there in YouTube world, what the hell is going on with this? Okay, here we go. There we go. I'm wearing my woke t-shirt designed by my friend Momo Pineno. Go get yourself one. A woke t-shirt. Woke as forever. Just say woke AF. Yeah. We're getting into it. Let's kick it off. Let's just go, man. Let's just get to it. I got a lot, right? So let's get to it. That's right. Now, as you know, if you're new to this show, what I do is I go over the news of the day. This is a live recording of all the news clips I would normally do offline. I now do them online. That's all it is. So I'll run through the news. And I give a commentary. I tell you what's going on based on what they're saying. And then I give you like what I think about it, my commentary afterwards. So, yeah. Let's rock, people. Let's rock, because we got to get it in. And you know what?
Look, man, I ain't falling for no banana in my tailpipe.
I ain't falling for no banana in the tailpipe, man. I try, you know what I'm saying? It's hard, though, man, because a lot of what they do in this media thing is they play on your emotions. It's a lot of manipulation going into it. I'm going to get to that later. No speeches. I got some comments, because I'm really pumped up tonight. You feel me? I'm really pumped up about some of the stuff I've been seeing. And I'm going to lay into it. So hang in there with me, guys. First place I want to go is YouTube. So here we go. Well, I'm positioned right? We good. YouTube has made it clear that they're going to buckle under the pressure from media advertisers who say they don't want their content shown or their advertisements running on certain programs. A lot of people talked about it today, and they've been talking about it for the last few days. Even your man Tim Black has been hit by the bombastic attitudes or the shrieking reacting of Google, the clutching of pearls as they run away from controversial content. Or what I would like to say, truth. Because that's really all it is. One of my videos that got demonetized was a video about Nancy Pelosi. And what's so ironic about it is I never cursed a woman out, I never spread hate speech. I was just very damning in my criticism. Now, I'm used to getting demonetized and not making a penny off of videos I do, such as Syria, CIA hacking. But Nancy Pelosi? What hate group does she belong to? Like what group of the corner of the world does she belong to that doesn't deserve criticism? Last time I looked, she was a member of, the government, which makes a salary based on United States citizens. So she's basically an employee of us. So you mean I can't criticize an employee of our country? To add more, salt in the wound, YouTube will no longer let you make money off its platform unless your channel has 10,000 lifetime viewers. That's right, 10,000 lifetime viewers, guys. That sucks. What I don't like about it, of course, I'm well beyond the 10,000 lifetime viewer mark or number of views because I've been on YouTube for about 4 years. But for new people just starting out who knows what they would be, what they could accomplish, they have this threshold now that they have to reach. That's tough. That's going to push a lot of young YouTubers into another direction, frankly. And what's also tough about it is I'm not sure what that other direction would be. So for my friend Bon Kim, he gave a suggestion, and I think I want to extend it to you guys so you know what's up. What you do is you do a video on something very popular, like, say, Star Wars. Do a couple of those. Maybe Star Wars, Walking Dead. And then just after you do them and after you get your 10,000 views, then you can, hide them from your channel and talk about what you want to talk about. You understand? But there's always a way to work around the system. Get to 10,000. Don't let what's going on right now stop you. We need media people. Fight back. All right. I also wanted to point out to everyone that all independent media has been affected by this, not just Tim Black. I talked to a number of people, and I've noticed a lot of people putting out videos. I disagree on certain topics with certain people all the time. But I 100% agree that all of them should be here, and all of them has something vital to add to the conversation. So support all indie media. All of us, man. I don't care who they are. If they're speaking truth from their vantage point and you can tell that they mean what they say, heck, man, they deserve our support. We don't want them to go away. So donate, support all these people out here who are speaking truth. I don't want to name names because I'll leave out some people, and I don't mean to, okay? But you get my point? We got to fight the power. And if we don't support independent media, then these types of situations are really going to cripple us. And we're going to be stuck with the same old tired propaganda. We can't have that, which is part of the problem we have today in a lot of the news stories I'm about to cover. So let's move it on, guys. What do you think about that? How you guys feel about it? You heard about what's going on YouTube? YouTube? You heard about it, right? Horrible. Advertisers getting skittish, over a made-up story, which just shows how easy it is to manipulate people with propaganda BS, right? Because that's all it is, guys. Nobody's running ads on horrible videos. Like horrible videos don't make it to YouTube. They never get monetized. When I say horrible, I don't mean you looking at the quality, right, or even the talent that's portrayed in the video. I'm talking about hate crime type stuff, hateful videos that never gets monetized. If the tags have hate in them, if the title has hate in it, it won't get monetized. Okay, that's just the way it's always been. Heck, like I said, I can't even get a Nancy Pelosi video monetized. And there was no hate in the speech. There's no hate in the title, no hate in the tags. I just said she was horrible. Anyway, and she is horrible. That's my opinion, and I'm entitled to it. So something feels funky here. I hope this is right. My head on right? Okay. Let's move on to the next story, guys. I got a lot. Let's do it. Oh, man. Where's my... Okay. Who's this? Oh, not you. Not you. I got a picture of Hillary Clinton up on the screen. I ain't ready for you yet, Hillary. I don't know if I'll ever be ready for Hillary Clinton again. Okay. Unless she... I don't know. I guess Hillary Clinton could come out and say, hey, guys, you all right? I did this, I did that. Let me own up to it. I don't expect that to happen, though. Here we go. Let's do that. My next story is a big story, guys. It's one that we were just chatting about on Twitter. Everyone knows about it. Everyone's talking about it. I'm going to do my best to tell you what's the latest. The Syrian chemical attack has left many Americans wondering what's going on. Who is responsible? All good questions. more importantly, what are we going to do about it? And if anything, or should we do anything about it? And can we believe our lying eyes? Rebel warehouse with chemical weapons hit by Syrian airstrike in Idlib. Idlib. I have no idea how to pronounce that, but that's what it is. This is from the RT.com website, and I do understand that some U.S. intelligence have claimed that RT is Russian propaganda. I don't think so. In fact, I know not, because I've been on that channel, RT America, and I've never been to Russia nor talked to a Russian. Not saying I wouldn't. I just haven't. So that propaganda is propaganda. Propaganda is what propaganda does. The strike, which was launched midday Tuesday, targeted a major rebel ammunition depot east of the town of Khan Shikhan. Russian Defense Ministry spokesman Major General Igor Konoshenik said in a statement, the warehouse was used to both produce and store shells containing toxic gas. The shells were delivered to Iraq and repeatedly used there, pointing out that both Iraq and international organizations have confirmed the use of such weapons by militants. The same chemical munitions were used by militants in Aleppo, where Russian military experts took samples in late 2016. The Defense Ministry has confirmed this information as fully objective and verified. According to the statement, Khan Shikhan civilians who recently suffered a chemical attack displayed identical symptoms to those of Aleppo chemical attack victims. Hassan Haj Ali, commander of the Free Idlib Army rebel group, rejected Russia's version of the incident, saying the rebels had no military positions in the area. Everyone saw the plane while it was bombing with gas. Likewise, all civilians in the area know that there are no military positions there or places for the manufacture of weapons. The various factions of the opposition are not capable of producing these substances, he added. At least 58 people, including 11 children, reportedly died and scores were injured after a hospital in Khan Shikhan was targeted in a suspected gas attack Tuesday morning. This was reported by Reuters. Citing medics and rebel activists soon after a missile allegedly hit the facility, people started showing symptoms of chemical poisoning, such as choking and fainting. The victims were reportedly also seen with foam coming out of their mouths, while the major Syrian opposition group, the Syrian National Coalition, and other pro-rebel groups put the blame on the attack on the President Assad's government. The Syrian military dismissed all allegations as propaganda by the rebels. We deny completely the use of any chemical or toxic material in Khan Shikhan town today, and the Army has not used nor will use in any place or time, neither in past or in future, said the Syrian Army in a statement. Russian military stated it did not carry out any airstrike in the area either. However, EU Foreign Affairs Chief Federica Mogherini commented on the incident, was quick to point out the Syrian government as a culprit, saying that it bears responsibility for the awful attack. U.S. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson echoed Mogherini, accusing the Syrian government of perpetrating the attack, called it brutal, unabashed barbarism. He argued that besides the Syrian authorities, Iran and Russia should also bear moral responsibility for it. That is what is being reported. Now, look, guys, this is my commentary. This is just my thoughts. First thing I want to say is we need to do our best not to blame American citizens for reacting based on the information that has been given. Any person, any caring human being who sees imagery of children, dead children, will have a reaction to that. I've been saying this since the primaries, guys. Stop beating up on one another. Just stop it. Look, propaganda that is put together by people who are highly trained in what they're doing, their whole intention is to mislead you or distract you. You know, and when that works the way they intended it to work, You should not beat up on the people who it worked on, because these people did not choose to be misinformed. They're not choosing not to know. They're not choosing, oh, here goes the truth. I don't want truth. Even if they say they don't want truth, it's because they've been told the truth. With our version of the truth is not the truth. You get it? So that's what we got to keep in mind as we go down this road. Second, I find it very, like I said yesterday for the record, I find it very mysterious that all of a sudden Assad would choose to do this. I find it very convenient. To me, convenience is always hard to come by. Unless you go into a liquor store, a drug store, a liquor store, gun shop in the hood, unless you need a check cashing place. Convenience is only put there to do something, to take something from you. And what I'm saying is very convenient that this would happen right now at this time when the U.S. government just said, hey, Assad's all right with us, we're not going to mess with him. So either Assad is and look, I'm not defending Assad, okay? I'm not offending him, offending him. Or no, I should say defending him, okay? I'm doing either one. I'm just stating my opinion. We got to stop thinking that people we don't like for whatever reason are totally kooky and stupid. You guys did the same thing with Trump. You didn't like Trump, so you thought he was completely dumb. He's not dumb, okay? Assad is not so dumb that the next day after the U.S. says, hey, we're going to leave you alone, we go do the thing that almost made us invade them 3 years ago or 4 years ago. Either they want to die, right? Like, I'm just saying, either they really want to die, they really want war with the U.S., or it's a setup. It can't be both ways. So either he's the dumbest barbarian in the history of history, or something else is going on. But what I'm trying to tell you is that most people are not being exposed to counter arguments. And if Google and YouTube and these advertisers and the bastards at Wall Street who put out that fake news article in order to discourage advertisers from advertising on our content, they will win, because that's exactly what they want. They want to be able to run their narratives unfettered by any opposition and any other voices. That's why I said at the beginning of the show, we really need to support independent media, and only a cold-blooded fool would think otherwise. If not for other voices, the masses will be fooled by children screaming, foam running from mouths, and a father and a mother crying. Did Assad do this? I don't know. But I want to know. You should want to know. You should want to know before we do anything. That's my take on that, guys. Give it up for that, I guess. Tough, man. Let's go to this guy, Nunes. My next story is about Nunes. Oh, gosh, the same. Get rid of that. Sessions. I really want to know what you guys think about it, though. I mean, I have my opinion. I just don't trust it. And when I saw earlier that Hillary Clinton, obviously, goodness gracious, Hillary Clinton was tweeting for it, that kind of sealed my deal, It kind of sealed my deal for me. Because I know if Hillary's for it, it's a self-serving reason. And you can say, hey, Tim, that's the wrong way to look at it. Yeah, yeah. I hear you. I don't trust it, man. That's me. Okay, here goes Gorsuch. Hang with me, a couple more ticks, guys. Got him. I got him, guys. There we go. The image wasn't labeled with his name. All right. Let's do this guy. Let's do this one. Ah, boy. Nunes steps down in the Russia probe. Yeah, they really wanted this guy out of the way, and they got their wish. Will it be what they wished for? Check it out. House Intelligence Committee Chairman Devin Nunes on Thursday stepped down temporarily from his role leading the committee's probe of Russia interference in the 2016 general election. They say it's possible that surveillance took place, but he's not going to be a part of it. As they get to the bottom of it, they want Nunes out. Why? Because Nunes in a statement called or cited the efforts of several left-wing activist groups to lodge entirely false and politically motivated accusations against him with the Office of Congressional Ethics as his reason for sidelining himself. The House Ethics Committee is set to investigate the allegations against Nunes. So not only is he stepping down, they're going to be investigating him. Tough room. Representative Mike Conway, Republican of Texas, is now set to act as the lead on the Russia spying probe with assistance from Representative Trey Gowdy and Republican South Carolina Trey Gowdy and Republican Tom Rooney, Republican from Florida. Rep Tom Rooney from Florida. Okay, so that's the replacement team who are going to be taking the field in the next plays. Nunes said he would continue to fulfill his other responsibilities as committee chairman, and he had requested to speak with the Ethics Committee in order to expedite the dismissal of these false claims. Neither House Speaker Paul Ryan nor Nunes gave the White House a heads up about the announcement. White House Press Secretary Sean Spicer told Fox News the Nunes news broke as President Trump was leaving a Wounded Warrior event. Spicer said he had not spoken to Trump about it, but was expecting to do so shortly after aboard Air Force One. So we're waiting to hear what the comments Trump will make regarding this. I'm sure it's going to be very interesting stuff. In a written statement, Nunes suggested the accusations against him were timed to distract from reports about the names of Trump associates being redacted or unredacted, unmasked, exploited, shown, advertised in intelligence files during the latter weeks of the Obama administration by former National Security Advisor, you know her, guys, you know her, ladies, you know her, folks, Susan Rice. So here we go, guys. And we've been covering this story very extensively on this channel. If you're new to this channel, subscribe to this channel. Look, I'm not here to vouch for Nunes and what he did, okay? You get information. The whole thing seems a little, there's got to be something there as far as being on the White House grounds. They said someone met him near the White House or whatever. Then he takes that information back to the White House. But that does not mitigate, or should I say erase the fact that Susan Rice did remove those names, did remove the redaction of those names and made them unhidden. Now, if she exposed a leak that she did expose it, she admits she admits she exposed it, right? That's what she did, okay? So look, if Susan Rice is this vast CIA-leveled, like, I didn't know she was CIA. I didn't know her job was to be like the CIA woman, CIA person working for Obama. I didn't know that, okay? I didn't know that was her expertise level. People are talking about Susan Rice like, I got to get to the bottom of this. I got to know whose name this is because I am a part of this, the intelligence community. No, she's not. It's not her role. She had that clearance. She could make that request. But I'm just saying, why? Why are people elevating her to a level of, I don't know, James Comey? Who is she? So to say it's not politically motivated, I think is a long stretch. How many other documents without Trump did she requested to have unmasked? I mean, for national security purposes, because that's all she does. She's such a influential or such a studied person in national security, right? That's what we're saying. I think it was politically motivated. I think more evidence is going to come out to that effect. It's going to prove somewhere within this these trials, these probes, they kind of wanted to bring Trump down. Yeah, there is animosity between the Obama administration and a political motive for it. Once again, that does not mean I side with everything that Trump's done or will do. What it means is the truth is the truth is the truth. Putin did not get Trump elected, and there was political motivations for things that happened in that White House. And yes, people were watching Trump and his associates. Oh, I didn't mean to cheat on you, baby. It was incidental. My bad. I still got to pay alimony. I don't know where that came from, man. I feel like I need to loosen up a bit. I don't know if that analogy works, but hey, we're going to go with it. I keep saying it's incidental, Tim. It's incidental. It's incidental. Has anybody ever incidentally run over your foot? I bet it hurts just as much as if they intended to do it. You ever been incidentally punched in the mouth? It bleeds the same as a guy who accidentally did it or intended to do it. All right. Tim, you tripping, bruh? I'm just tired of people using that as an excuse. He incidentally. He didn't mean to do it, Tim Black. Oh, God, this story here. This is Gorsuch. Let me get some coffee. This is a tough one. Talk to me, YouTube. This is going to be tough. Neil Gorsuch. Periscope. Our Supreme Court situation is horrible. All right. The Senate pulls the nuclear trigger on Gorsuch. They want their guy confirmed. Democrats don't. Let's talk about it. All right. By a simple majority rule, Majority Leader Mitch McConnell set a new precedent in the Senate that will ease the confirmation for President Trump's Supreme Court nominee, Neil Gorsuch, on Friday after 30 more hours of debate on the floor. This will be the first and last partisan filibuster of a Supreme Court justice, said McConnell in a closing floor speech. Senate Democrats voted against ending debate on Gorsuch's nomination on a near party line vote, leaving Republicans shy the 60-vote hurdle required by Senate rules to move on to a final confirmation vote. Democrats oppose Gorsuch for a variety of reasons, including his conservative judicial philosophy, dissatisfaction with his answers during his confirmation hearings, and a simmering resentment towards McConnell's decision to block any consideration of Obama's nominee, Merrick Garland, last year. Yep, the Republicans have a very short memory. And even though what they did I felt was unconstitutional, totally un-American, if there's such a thing, I just thought it was dirty and shady. But here's the thing, guys. No matter what you or I think about their motives or their strategy, we don't have the power to stop them. Why? Because we keep with the Democratic Party, we keep allowing them to run horrible candidates, and that horrible candidate brought down the Democratic Party. So when people speak out about that horrible candidate and what it was doing, they didn't want to listen to it. They'd rather ram down our throats more Rachel Maddow and Joy Reid and Chris Hayes and Chris Matthews and more lies instead of us addressing what was going to create the situation that we're now in. So our chance to stop Gorsuch didn't happen today, didn't happen last week. No, our chance to stop Gorsuch happened last year when we said no Hillary. You called us what? You called us traitors, misogynists, women haters, whatever. What we were was psychic. No, what we were was paying attention. You weren't. So now we got Gorsuch. Blame that on us too, right? Yeah, I know, it's our fault. We believe that what the Republicans did to Merrick Garland was worse than a filibuster, said Senate Minority Leader Charles Schumer. So McConnell then, as promised, used the power of his position and with all his GOP colleagues lined up behind him to essentially change the rules of the Senate to lower that threshold on Supreme Court nominations to end debate from 60 to 51. The change did not affect the legislative filibuster. McConnell made a point of order that ending debate on the nomination only requires a simple majority. The motion was not sustained by the chair because Senate rules require 60 votes. So McConnell then made a motion to overturn that ruling. And once that motion passed on a party line vote, the Gorsuch nomination only needed 51 votes to clear the hurdle. It's going to be bad. Gorsuch, his policies, based on what I've learned about Gorsuch, he's very conservative. There are going to be a number of issues that are going to rise where having a very conservative on the Supreme Court justice, how can I articulate this? We're screwed. This is going to go along with the status quo, which is in power right now. But in 4 years, 8 years, because I don't think the Democrats are going to be able to muster a candidate that can defeat Trump. I just don't. Not out of the pool of people that they're used to putting up. You know, Hillary's talking about, Hillary look like she's running again. So basically, Gorsuch will be using GOP conservative talking points and putting those into action. The man said he wept. Screw it, man. It's a horrible story. It's a horrible fact that when we had a chance to stop Gorsuch, we should have took it. All right. Sorry, guys. I can't be optimistic about it. And I don't know if he's a horrible person. I just know he's very conservative. That doesn't bode well for a lot of people in this country. That's all I know. Be chipper, Tim. Can't be. Can't be. Not about that. And meanwhile, they'll be blaming us. They'll be blaming anyone who didn't vote Hillary. Because it's all our fault, of course. Oh, God. All right, here we go. Hillary steps back into the mainstream, and now she's talking tough about Syria. I keep telling you guys, she's back. Hillary unleashed. Clinton opens up about loss to Trump and snipes at GOP for healthcare disaster. In one of her most candid speaking appearances since losing the election, Hillary Clinton harshly criticized Russia for interfering with the race and said misogyny was a factor that contributed to her loss. You know what else was a factor? You were a horrible candidate. No one liked you, nor trusted you. Well, I can't say no one. Large amounts of people neither liked you or trusted you, and your policies did not inspire people. And no one liked you, or at least most people didn't like you, nor trust you. Why you get to just go to the misogyny thing, you know? Someone said the same thing about Nancy Pelosi. When I made a diss about her, they go, well, that's misogynistic. That's why they demonetized your video. Oh, it's because she's a woman. Okay, it didn't have anything to do with us losing all these seats under her. Same thing with Hillary. It's all because you're a woman. That's why they didn't want to vote for you. It had nothing to do with the fact that Libya, nothing to do with it. Benghazi, nothing to do with it. Pay for Play and Clinton Foundation, nothing to do with it. Super predators, nothing to do with it. Welfare Reform Act, nothing to do with it. Mass incarceration, nothing to do with it. It's because I got boobies. Well, I got boobies too. I know I need to work out and eat better. But that doesn't mean you can claim misogyny. I'm deeply concerned about what went on in Russia. Clinton said at the Women in the World Summit in New York City on Thursday, a foreign party meddled with our election and did so in a way that we're learning from more and more every single day. Clinton, doing an interview with New York Times columnist Nicholas Kristof, was particularly critical of Russia President Vladimir Putin, who she describes as someone who plays the long game and plays three-dimensional chess. Oh, God, God. Oh, man. This woman, man. Gosh, if she was a dude, I would not like her either. Would not like him. Three-dimensional chess. All right. What was done to us was an act of aggression, and it was carried out by foreign power under the control of someone who has a deep desire to dominate Europe and to send us into a tailspin. Yeah, Hillary. Does anyone doubt for a second that we'll be talking about this, or you would hear nothing about this if Hillary would have won presidency? I mean, seriously, my thinking people out there, do you think any of this Russian talk would be going on? They did something they probably have always been doing. You know, plan to put an article there, look into this, and try to drop the bomb on something as far as information. I mean, we spread information in all these countries. Countries spread information in our country. No one got into your freaking voting booth. No one got into the voting machines from Russia and flipped votes. That's the only type of rigging when it comes to a foreign country that I need to hear about. You exposing, if they exposed facts about the DNC, which is irrefutable, right? Verifiable facts. How is that rigging your election? Hillary's back out of the woods and she's talking the same crap that got us sent into the woods. You know what? Just stay in the woods. Stay in it. And I noticed how she led with her coming out party. All of the media led with her talking about, once again, black women. Oh, look what they said to April Ryan. Oh, look at Maxine Waters. And women's issues. You know? It's horrible, guys. Horrible. I try to run. I can't just come out. I'm just going to talk about black stuff. So she uses this stuff as a crutch, is what I'm saying. She uses it as a crutch. It's identity politics. It's used as a crutch in order to influence the masses, and people fall for it, and I hope they don't do it again. They better not do it again. Next story. Gracious. Anybody out there? We got a few people out here. What's up, YouTube? How y'all doing, YouTube? Gosh, guys. Rough stories. Hope everybody's feeling all right. ACU, I see you in the house. Copter Force. What's going on? Dr. Cat, Fred Lexo in his house. Good to have you. Nightwolf. Nightwolf's in the place. What's up, Nightwolf? My next story, guys, is kind of interesting. Let me see if I got the Twitter. It's about Twitter. Anybody heard this about Twitter? There you go. It's kind of crazy. A little crazy here. And yeah, we'll see. Twitter files a lawsuit. That's right. Twitter is suing the U.S. government in an attempt to identify users behind an anti-Trump account. This is really happening. Crazy. All right, so Twitter has filed a lawsuit against the U.S. government over an attempt to reveal the identities of users behind the account alt_SU. It doesn't matter. You don't need to know the name. It's in here in this article. I'll link you in the article in the description of this video, which has been critical of the Trump administration. A rogue government account described its goal as immigration resistance and is now at the center of the row between Twitter and two government agencies, the Department of Homeland Security and U.S. Customs and Border Protection. Okay. Twitter wants to prevent the agencies from unlawfully abusing a limited-purpose investigative tool to try to unmask, here goes that word again, trying to unmask the real identity of one or more persons who have been using Twitter's social media platform. According to the lawsuit, the users have harnessed this account to express public criticism of the department and the current administration. So they're using this account, and it looks like this account is tied to a government. They're using, okay. This account that is being used is one of a number of so-called alternative agency accounts set up by the social media site following Trump's inauguration. These accounts provide a platform for reputed current or former employees of federal agencies without revealing their identities. Like other accounts of this sort, this account claims to be run by one or more current government employees. In this case, employees of the United States Citizenship and Immigration Services. Twitter says in its suit, and as with other such accounts, the person or persons who establish and speak through this account have identified themselves only by means of pseudonyms or a pseudonym account name. On March 14th, Twitter received a CBP summons demanding that Twitter provide them records that would unmask or likely lead to unmasking the identity of the person responsible for the account, according to the suit, which describes the summons as unlawful. We like unmasking things in our government, huh? So let me get this right. Twitter is standing up to keeping the anonymity of its users? Wow. I don't think Facebook would do that. I don't think Facebook would do that. And we already know Google is not interested in defending you on anything. Hey, man, you might lose some money. Oh, that's it. Get rid of all of these people. They got to go. I need to buy 8 more boats this year, and I can't do that under these circumstances. Hey, man, we got billions of dollars. We need billions more, man. Of course we do. So Twitter has a conscience? This should actually bode well for Twitter, guys. Get the word out. Come on, y'all. Twitter is going to bat for somebody remaining anonymous because you know if the Department of Homeland Security is looking into you, there's a reason. So, yeah. I mean, they don't want to just shake your hand and take you out to lunch. They don't do that. So this could be bad for this person or persons who use this account. I'm kind of proud of you, Twitter. I'm verified on Twitter. I had to give them my information. That means they could easily just hand that over. So stick to your guns, Twitter. Stick to your guns. Goodness gracious, man. I tell you, people, I tell you. Are we almost there? Okay, so let's get back to some fun stuff. This is fun. Some of this has just been hard to. Oh, this guy. No, not this guy. Let's go to the other guy. Not her. Let me get rid of Hillary. Let me get rid of YouTube. Well, we won't get to Dave Chappelle. Sessions. Let's get rid of Gorsuch. Let's get rid of the Twitter. I'll just go back to, I know I got an old picture of this guy. Pootie Pie. Comey. I'm going through my whole library here. Damn it. Gosh. I don't know where this picture is. I gotta grab one. If I don't put a picture up here, Momo won't be able to cut this video correctly. So I gotta do it. I know I downloaded it. I just can't find it. So there's new news. There's news. There's new news about Bill O'Reilly that might shock some of you. Probably won't. You know how things work, don't you? Damn it. What just happened to that? Let's go with him. There we go. Bill O'Reilly. All right, let's go with this guy. Gosh. Oh. This guy's going to be fun, guys. All right. Your boy Bill O'Reilly. A lot of advertisers left this show because they didn't like the allegations about him being a sexual deviant and like how he was accused of sexually harassing and verbally abusing women. But not everybody's left him. Sure, car giants Mercedes-Benz and Hyundai, insurer Allstate, and big pharma consumer healthcare companies Sanofi and GlaxoSmithKline are among the dozens of blue-chip companies that have pulled ads from the O'Reilly Factor. But the biggest advertiser for the Fox News show isn't a well-known company that could face a backlash from consumers due to the harassment allegations made against Bill O'Reilly. It's a firm that buys and sells gold, silver, and other precious metals. According to data from research from Kantar Media, a company called Rosalind Capital was the top advertiser for the O'Reilly Factor. And for the first 9 months of 2016, more recent data is not available, they have really spent the most. Rosalind told CNN Money it is staying. They said they're not going anywhere. Bill O'Reilly's been good for business, and we stay where the money and the good for business is at. We have been advertisers on the network for a number of years. Around 10% of our ad spend with the network is for advertising on that particular program. At this time, we have no plans to change our advertising strategy. Basically, go shove it up your tailpipe.
Look, man, I ain't falling for no banana in my tailpipe.
Rosalind, like many precious metal companies, uses its ads to pitch gold and silver as a way for investors to protect their investments who are worried about the country's rising debt levels, inflation, broader market volatility, or higher interest rates. It's funny. So they help people invest, allow people to, put their money in a safe place. And they're saying they think that O'Reilly's a safe place to put their money. Get what I'm saying? So they feel comfy. It's going to all blow over. In many respects, that makes the company a neutral or a natural fit for the more conservative, older audience of Fox News. Another former Fox host, Glenn Beck, also had a lot of gold ads during his old program. And Rosalind's ads feature actor William Devane. I don't know this guy. Most famous for starring in the 80s primetime soap, Knots Landing. William Devane, Knots Landing. Sounds like something my mother may have watched a couple times. Dallas, right? Like Knots Landing, Dallas. Also for playing Secretary of State James Heller on Fox's 24 in the 2014 miniseries sequel, 24, Live Another Day. So look, man, this is getting into the minutia. Yeah, I know that word. They're getting into the minutia of more stuff about this actor. I don't care. Look, Bill O'Reilly will be around unless, he won't be. I mean, what I mean is Fox is definitely, in my opinion, going to go where the money is. And unless, I don't know. I just don't see him leaving. I just don't, man. He's been there so long. Not unless it's on his own, unless he wants to leave. I just don't see Fox getting rid of the guy. I don't see Fox doing it because you pressured him. Look, they already got rid of Roger Ailes. They don't want to get rid of Bill O'Reilly. And if all the smoke clears, they'll bring Bill O'Reilly, they'll keep him going and they'll just keep doing it. I mean, if the advertisers come back, they're not pressured. Like, these corporations are not pressured by you to the extent that you believe. Not all of them. Sure, some big companies fold. Like Pepsi folded and took their commercial off the market, But they took that commercial off the market. That commercial obviously wasn't going to encourage people to buy, right? And if anything, the Pepsi commercial was Pepsi repellent. So is Bill O'Reilly Fox repellent? Are people not watching Fox because of Bill O'Reilly, or are they just not watching Bill O'Reilly? And is that true? What are the ratings for Bill O'Reilly since he last did his show? And you better believe advertisers are going to be watching that, because if his ratings stay up, he stays up. Mark my words, if Bill O'Reilly's ratings stay up, he stays up. And those advertisers will come back. He's one news story away from one of these women being, if he can discredit one woman, just one of them, it all goes away. Hey, I'm not saying I want that to happen. I'm saying this is how it works. The media is a dangerous thing. All right. We get to the end of it. Crazy. You guys like these stories? Are these stories interesting? I can't know. Usually I just get up here and I just talk about stuff. I rant. Just let it all hang loose. I don't do this, but, want to know what you think about it? Maybe it's better to be targeted in your rants and have, different issues. Let's go to this guy here, man. Everyone's favorite friend. Jeff Sessions. All right. Jeff Sessions hates the weed. Oh, he hates weed. He don't want you having weeds. He didn't even like that show, The Weeds, or Weeds. Remember that on, I think it was Showtime? Couldn't stand it. It's wacky weed, smoking the wacky weed. Jeff Sessions is ordering the Justice Department to review its policy on marijuana. Oh, yeah, that's going to make you real popular with the kids there, Jeffy. Yeah, Jeffy's got a lot of problems. A lot of reasons I don't like Jeffy. This just adds to that list of reasons. Attorney General Jeff Sessions has directed the Justice Department to evaluate marijuana enforcement policy as part of a new task force designed to reduce violent crime. Dude, look, I know some people out there don't smoke weed. I know you don't. You don't smoke marijuana. I get that. No problem. Listen, you're really missing out. But besides that, guys, marijuana doesn't make people violent. You know what makes people violent? Unemployment. Unemployment makes people violent. Yeah. Roaches make people violent. Yeah, roaches. Living in places that have a lot of roaches make people violent. You know what else makes people violent? Poverty. That makes people really violent. You know what, Jeff Sessions? Won't you create a task force to end unemployment, roaches, and poverty? That's what you do. You dumb bastard. Do that. That would be more effective and more helpful to the American people than you deciding that weed, the evil weed, does it. You have no evidence that marijuana creates violence. Oh, just because he said it so. Just because he said it, that's what it is. It's crazy. The memo specifically outlined the creation of a subcommittee of the new task force on crime reduction and public safety designed to review existing policies to ensure consistency with the department's overall strategy on reducing violent crime. The memo is likely referring to the Cole Memorandum, a 2013 directive from the Obama era, which stipulates that the Justice Department place low priority on enforcing marijuana laws against businesses and organizations that comply with state law. So he wants to go after the bright shining light on the hill. The companies that are not listening to the federal government and listening to the states. I thought you were conservative, man. Like, conservatives are always talking about states' rights and how that's where we should be giving most of the power to, because that's closer in proximity to the actual people that are the community, right? Isn't that what you say? I hate hypocrites. See, that's why I hate this guy. See, that's hypocritical, guys. See, they want you to have states' rights until they disagree with the states' rights. Then they want to go look at the federal. Yeah, now let's look at the federal government now, because we don't like what the state decided. No. You should be consistent. Be consistent. He's real short too. He's probably like 5'2". Got the short man syndrome. Remember all you tall guys having fun in school? Got all the girls. You smoked your wacky weed. I'm going to get ya. Oh, I'm going to get him. I'm going to get him. What else is this decrepit? Who cares? Reducing violent crime is a priority for Sessions. Crime is down. Crime is down across America, guys. Crime is not a problem. What a problem is, I just told you. It is unemployment, roaches, and poverty. That's our problem. Fix that, Jeff. And fix your glasses. All right, guys. What a jackass. My next story will be lots of fun. Oh, gosh. What happened to that story? What did Trump do? I had a story about Trump. Oh, I didn't get it off the printer. Where's my guy here? I ran past it. All right. You guys ready? You guys ready for some fun now? Come on. Come on, guys. Thanks for hanging with me. Thanks for rolling with me through these stories. I appreciate you. Check us out. Check it out. Shout out to everybody on Patreon who gives to the show, supports what I do, who understands how hard I work, how we do it together. This is a community. This is a show. If you have ideas, if you are Patreon members, when you give to my show, you send me an email. If you have a story suggestion, you put in the subject VIP segment or VIP suggestion. Put VIP in it, and I'll know that was you, and I'll be able to see who you are. And you get priority because I do so many stories. Why not tell me what stories you want me to do? When you're doing 8, 9, 10 stories, I can fit in a story that you need done on an issue that you don't think gets enough publicity. So do that, guys. See, I want to work with you, and I want to create content for you. That's it. That's the job. That's what I do. That's what I love to do. So let's do it that way. And send those to tim@timblacktv.com. And let's keep the party going. But once again, thank you for keeping this show on the air. As I said at the top of the hour, guys, YouTube ain't playing fair. They listen to these advertisers who are listening to these propaganda peddling fake news bastards over at Wall Street Journal, who it's all a bunch of crap. And I think it's strategic because they're still pissed because it all goes back to Clinton because Clinton lost. That's where all this fake news stuff came from. There's always been clickbait on the internet. That ain't new. If you don't know there's clickbait on the internet, then you don't need to be on the internet. So anyway, thank you guys so much. Periscope guys, thank you for joining me. It's a new deal. Hope you like it. And this is something. This ties into everything. As you know, Dave Chappelle released 2-part Netflix special after being sort of in a hiatus from the digital content world, though Dave Chappelle was touring and going places and still doing comedy the whole time. Whole time he's doing comedy. He's in nightclubs and places all over the country, low key, just doing it well, making people laugh all across the country and abroad. It sounded bad, but you know what I mean. Outside the country. And still, when he comes back, he does his Netflix special, which I loved. I laughed, man. Go, Dave. Oh, Dave, you wrong for that one, boy. Woo, Dave, man, you crazy, man. Oh, that was I had a good time watching the Dave Chappelle Netflix special. But not everybody had such a good time. Butthurts hated it. Oh, yeah, because he made jokes about transgender and gay people. Why weren't you upset when he made jokes about black people? He does it all the time. You were quiet then. See, that's what I hate about this selective outrage. You know what? If you are offended by jokes, go jump off a freaking bridge. Seriously. Seriously. If you are offended by jokes, if jokes make you write long editorials, Esquire magazine, well, you know, Dave Chappelle, he's been gone too long. He's just out of touch with the populace. You know what? I bet you voted for Hillary, didn't you? I bet you did. You know what? How out of touch you were? Don't you see it? How out of touch you were? You're so out of touch. You're the one who got Trump in office, who you hate because you didn't understand that people were broke. No, you thought because you had money, Esquire, writer, person of this article, and I'm making a leap here, I'm making an assumption, but I got a feeling a person who supported Trump wouldn't be writing a long article about a comedian's jokes, as if that's so damaging to the world, just because you didn't like his joke. Guys, you got to hear him. Let me give you a little taste of this crap. In a recent study, Comedy of Politics issue. What is that? Who studies who the hell does this? What degree gives you a comedy study of comedy study? Wired announced, nobody wants to hear what's the deal with cheese jokes anymore. Comedy today is either a weapon or a source of catharsis. So instead of a show about nothing, we have Kevin Hart interrogating contemporary masculinity. Oh, God, that's what he's doing. Kevin Hart is interrogating modern masculinity. I thought he was making cheap jokes at the expense of dudes in order to make women buy tickets. Shows you how smart I am. I had no idea what he was really doing was interrogating modern masculinity. I bet at no time, man, and I don't know Kevin Hart, right? Cool with me. I like some of his stuff. Let me tell you something. I bet at no time when Kevin Hart was writing his stand-up routines or whatever, doing his shows, bet at no time, yo, he ever sat down and said, ping, ping, you know what I'm doing? Pow. You know what? Here we go. Here it is. You know what I'm doing, guys? I know it looks like I'm telling jokes, but nope. Ping, boom, ping, boom, boom. What I'm really doing is I'm interrogating masculinity in the modern world. Pow, ping, that's what I'm doing. Pooh. At no time, my quiche-eating friend, did Kevin Hart say anything like that. He never thought it. This is what's wrong with America. This, you. What else did the dummy say? Smart dummy. You can be dumb and smart at the same time. It's to the point that even Chris Rock, despite agreeing with Seinfeld on the scourge of diplomacy, admits he needs to be malleable. More than that, curious. Forget being a comedian. Just act like a reporter, he says. What's the question that hasn't been asked? You know what? If Chris Rock... First of all, Seinfeld was right. We have gotten too PC. Way too PC, okay? Got a bunch of scared kids. All of them scared. Oh, no. Words. Too scared, right? Too scared of everything. The world is dirty. It stinks. It sucks. If you can't take a comedian, you will not be. I'm telling you, you will not last. You will not last. Hell, Trump's grabbing about a change purse, and Bill O'Reilly's, what is he doing? You will not last in this environment if you can't take words. You will not. You will die. You literally die. Not figuratively, I almost died. No, you really will die. And if Chris Rock wants to sell his soul and wants to pretend like he ain't pissed about it because he needs to put butts in them seats and wants to stay on the right side of the news media, well, that's on him. But Seinfeld's right. That's why he stopped doing college tours, because you guys suck. Oh, no, did he say something about Jews? Well, he is Jewish. That doesn't give him a right to totally misappropriate them. Do what the... Shut up! Tim Black hates blacks. My question is, to what degree do I have to participate in your self-image? You don't give up about how I feel. Why should I give up how you feel? That's Chappelle in his second Netflix special, Deep in the Heart of Texas. And it was hilarious. And it's funnier than this article, which you could take, dear sir, and ball up really small. You take it, ball it, make it into a cylinder, pull down your pants, and you know what else, right? You know where I'm going, right? You can take it and shove it. Where are we going? Where are we going? What happy place are we going to? My corny friends over there at Esquire and Vulture Magazine. And you know who writes for Vulture Magazine? You know who writes for Vulture Magazine? Uncool people. That's who. Support Dave Chappelle. Long live Chappelle's. Long live comedy. George Carlin, you know what? I wish he was here, but you know what? God rest his soul. least he avoided your asses. Seriously. Richard Pryor, I wish he was here. You would have destroyed his career. You would have destroyed why we loved him. You and your petty complaints and your constant complaining, your sadness and your boiled over outrage, your fake outrage would have destroyed all the great comedians. All of them. Bernie Mac would have never been able to do that joke about the kid being gay. He can't even say gay. I can't even say gay. I bet this entire video will be demonetized because I just said the word gay. Because they got voice recognition now to hear if I said a word that you may deem uncomfortable. But what about all the millions of other people in the country who are not offended by it? So just because you're offended by it, instead of you not listening to it or you not watching this special, we're supposed to stop doing it. He's supposed to change his whole freaking routine for you. Dave Chappelle, your next comedy special, sir, go harder. You hurt their feelings, hurt them more. Take their feelings and ball them up. Break every bone in the feelings body. Just take the feelings, ball them up, and kick them. Kick them and then stomp it and burn it in the ashes and then take a pickup truck, run over it a couple times, then dig a hole. Dig the hole deeper, deeper to your biceps, your triceps, and burn it. And dig that hole as deep as you can till you almost hit Shanghai, China. And you put the ashes in the bottom of the hole. Then you have a dog. You take the dog over and you feed it a bunch of I don't know, Hershey's bars or something that's not good for dogs to eat, and let the dog go to the bathroom on the hole. Then you go get a couple of, I don't know, chickens or cows or something, and you take them and you have them go to the bathroom. Then you take some concrete and you fill in the hole. That's what you do. That's what you do. That's all I got, guys, for that. Give it up for the disgusting nature of that. I don't know. Trump did something that I can't even remember what it was, guys. I don't know what it was. I don't know. He did something recently. I got all these papers on the floor over here. I just throw them to the side. This is on my printer. I don't know. Yeah, it is. One more thing. Oh. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, I gotta do this one. I gotta do this one. Okay, I got one last one, guys. Bear with me. I got one last one. That's great. Oh, shout out to Melody and Justin in 64 Cadillac Coupe de Ville in Hayhun, who sent me some herbs that are going to be better for my health. Will get rid of this, all my problems, make my skin glow like a baby's buttocks. Thank you, Melanie. And give it up for that. She's like, every night, Tim Black, you got to take these herbs and this is going to be good for you. So I want to be around a while, at least long enough to see who loses the 2020 election. All right. Well, Tim, it doesn't matter. We all lose unless we run Bernie Sanders or Tulsi Gabbard or Nina Turner or Sam Ronan or Tim Black. This is a good one, guys. This is a good one, Periscope. Thank you, Periscope people, for being around. I appreciate you. It's a new thing. Subscribe on YouTube, guys. Subscribe, because YouTube is, they don't want us, man. They don't really care about us. All right. All right. This is crazy. All right, Trump supporters, get ready to get butthurt and mad at me. Prepare to be triggered. Trump says we've had one of the most successful 13 weeks in history. Prepared to be triggered, America. Prepared to be triggered. Trump says we've had one of the most successful 13 weeks in history. Come on, man. Woo! I try to be unbiased. I try to be bipartisan. I try not to be Republican or Democrat leaning on these stories, but goodness gracious, brother. So this has nothing to do with politics. This has to do with sensibility. This has to do with reasonableness. This also has to do with lying like a rug. Trump, this has not been a successful 13 weeks. Your health care bill did not pass, and I'm glad it didn't. Thank you. But dude, how could you take a humongous L? A humongous L, brother. That L is so big, you need like Lou Ferrigno in his prime with Arnold Schwarzenegger in his prime. I don't know, just all... Ronnie Coleman in his prime. You need all of them to just lift the L up and hold it for you. It was a huge L we're talking about. President Trump on Thursday insisted he had one of the most successful starts as a president in U.S. history, dismissing the chaos and stalled legislative agenda that has marred his 100 days in office. Goodness, come on now, guys. This is hallucination. Like, even Trump supporters got to know, man, Trump had a rough start of some of this stuff, man. Like, most successful. Now, what was the president when he came in the first month he got bombed or something? This is the president. Periscope, you know who that was? It was somebody, right? YouTube, you know? I think we've had one of the most successful 13 weeks in the history of the presidency. Trump told reporters on Air Force One. The president cited positive numbers in job creation, negotiations on presidential aircraft prices, and his planned military buildup. Trump's first weeks in office have been anything but smooth. The president continues to be dogged by a federal investigation into whether his associates cooperated with Russia's efforts to meddle in the 2016 general elections. The controversy led him to oust retired Lieutenant General Michael Flynn, as we know, as National Security Advisor. After it was revealed Flynn misled, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Trump's signature executive order, temporary blocking travelers from a number of Muslim countries, has also been struck down, blocked by courts. And GOP leaders were forced to pull their plan to repeal and replace Obamacare. The president's chief strategist, Stephen Bannon, also removed from his permanent role on the National Security Council. Asked if another staff member or if more staff shakeups could happen, Trump said he thought the administration had already shaken things up. Friday will mark 11 weeks since Trump was inaugurated as president. All right, guys. Look, guys, there's some things that happened. We're not even talking about legislation he passed. Like, you know, we're not even talking about... We're talking about things that didn't work out based on what he wanted, okay? We're not talking about what we want or what anyone else wants, or if it was Democrat or Republican. What I'm talking about is if you try to push forth some type of like ban, right, and it doesn't happen, well, that's an L. And if your strategist, Steve Bannon, is no longer there and he was fighting with Jared or whatever, your son-in-law, and now he leaves, well, that's sort of like an L. And if, you know, you got Kellyanne Conway, you had to sit her out for a while because, you know, alternative facts, that's sort of like an L. Like Sean Spicer just caught hell like a whole week of he hates women, he hates blacks, he hates women. I mean, those are L's, brother. You got a lot of L's just stacking up. Now, I could say some of it is just trumped up, or it is just ginned up stuff by the opposition, but not all of it. I'm leaving out the parade numbers and I'm leaving out certain stuff that can be manipulated. But the fact is the facts. This has not been a winning presidency so far. All right? It just hasn't. And for you to say it has kind of means either you're lying or you're delusional about what it is. Now, I know there's a lot of Trump supporters in the world, but you guys have to know that a couple of things he wanted to do, he didn't get done, right? And that repeal Obamacare legislation was not good. I think only like 19% of Americans liked it. 19 sucks. The age 19 was cool because I could go in and buy the beer. And I looked older. I had a mustache and I could do that. But no, this sucks. Like 19% of Americans wanting that repeal Ryan care or Trump care, that sucks. So And that's not all his fault. He didn't write the legislation. I'm not saying it's his fault, at least not that part. But what I'm saying is, it happened on your watch, homie. So who out there believes that Trump has had the best presidency of any other president so far, in the beginning? This that little violin. Somebody out there probably thinks so. I don't know who, but that somebody needs help. Seek therapy. Do you know the sky's blue? Do you know? You're sure you know that? Okay. Just making sure, because maybe you are just delusional. So anyway, that's all I got regarding stories. Let's go. Syria. Look, guys, I don't know what to believe in Syria. But like I said, I have to go based on logic, right? Right. So I don't think there's anything wrong with someone being totally taken back by these imagery. Like once I said, the imagery of children and men and women, mothers and fathers with their children and children dying. This is horrible stuff. I don't even want to look at this stuff. It's so horrific. You don't want to look at it. It's disgusting and it rips at your soul. People reacting to that who have no idea at all that that's a tactic that they use sometimes on you, right? To get you try to get the will of the people on their side. They don't even know they're being played with. And they'll look at Assad and if they say, well, he's, because when you see something like that, what you want to do is look to see who did it. And when all of the media, all of corporate media is pointing one way, you can't blame people for looking that way. They're like, who the hell ran over my bushes? That guy over there. And it's like all these hands pointing, him, And he can start talking, no, it wasn't me. It's sort of like what used to happen back in the day when black guys got lynched for looking at white women, not knowing the guy just had a weak eye or something, And some of the white men said they didn't even do it. He never even whistled at me. I just said it because, I wanted Johnny to like me, and he just wouldn't pay much attention to me, or he act like he liked me. And I figured if I said a black guy tried to flirt with me, that would show he would have to do something if he really liked me, just so I could know. So this has been done all through history. Lies to see what people do, to get people to do stuff. So back to Assad, man, I have no idea. None. I have no idea if Assad had anything to do with this. But I found it very hard to accept, just with a logical, just stepping aside, put your emotions over here, say emotions, here you go emotions, put you over here, and close the box, put it in the box, close the lid on the box, lock the box, and say, okay, let me think about this rationally. If I don't want war with America, if back in 2013 when a similar situation happened and we were about to run in there, they were supposedly gave up all their arms, their stockpiles of chemical weapons, they gave them up. And up until today, the PolitiFact was reporting that they gave up 100%. Up until today, they changed it today, okay? All of a sudden now, they didn't give them up, if you want to believe that. But in 2013, so Assad didn't want problems in 2013. He brought America in and said, look, you take what you want, people. Take you in, take what you want. But now all of a sudden, after being out of the woods with the U.S., going public and saying, we don't want to get involved. We got Nikki Haley, ambassador, saying we don't want to get involved with this. We got Rex Tillerson saying we have no intentions of dealing with Assad. The very next day, Assad does something which will bring the American people to bear to want to do something. It's just crazy talk. It's like that you got a kid and you're like, look, be here at noon or be in the house by midnight. And if you don't, I'm taking the car. Well, I think that kid's going to try to come home at midnight if they believe you. And I think Assad believes that we will send the drones. We will send the drones. So that's what I believe about it, guys. I'd like to know what you think, but that's what I think. I think that it's if you keep that emotion in that box and you think about what I said, it at least gives you doubt. And you know what? We already ran into issues. We already went on doubts when we had doubts. That's what happened in Iraq, right? We listened to these talking heads on TV tell us one thing, and then we looked at the poor Iraqis and then we made the biggest mistake, right? I don't know how of what, like a horrible mistake by trusting these people. And I don't know if us disagreeing will matter at all, okay? I don't know. I'm not saying if Tim Black disagrees with what our government does, our government won't do it. You know, like they're sitting up there going, oh man, we're going to do this. Well, let's see what Tim Black thinks. We got to check with Tim Black first. Hold everything. Our intelligence looks good. We got the approval of the president and our various intelligence organizations. They all say the same thing. But before we move on it, we got to go check with Tim Black. Oh, yeah, Tim Black's on that YouTube channel. We got to get his go-ahead. So I'm not saying that. That's crazy talk. That would mean I need to have a straitjacket. I don't believe that. But what I do believe is that it matters what we think. In some crazy way, I believe it matters that it matters if we're with something, if we're not, if we're against it, if we oppose it, if we fight back. I think it matters. Even if it doesn't. And all I'm saying is weigh it for yourself. Weigh it for yourself. Would your kid come in at midnight if they thought the car was going to go away? And not only that, was the car going to go away, so would they. Because you're a crazy parent who's liable to do some things. All right, guys. I'm Tim Black for TBTV. Thank you very much once again for tuning into this show. Go to YouTube, subscribe to this channel. Shout out to my man Momo Pineno for being such a great partner in what we do, helping me get these videos out to the masses. Shout out to YouTube for gutting my paycheck, for making it so that I'm barely able to live indoors. Thank you to my wife and my children for respecting what I do and not putting me on the curb because YouTube doesn't want me to be able to have us eat food. Shout out to the Wall Street Journal for decimating thousands of YouTubers, if not tens of thousands of YouTubers, who do news and politics with an opinion, with a commentary. Thank you. Thank you for destroying the lives of so many people just in your quest to maintain the status quo and to keep the government narrative alive. You blood-sucking bastards. Thank you. And, yeah. That's all I got. I'll see you guys on the next one. Shout out to my moderators in the house. Momo Pineno, Broken Carpenter, Iron Man Oz. You are the best, guys. You guys are fantastic. Shout out to my people on Periscope. Hope you're getting used to what I do. Hope it's cool. Hope you guys like it. Tweet me, DM me or something. Let me know what you think, Periscope. You know, I love trying new things. And this is a show I do. And I will be doing these segments anyway. And there you go. You know, so thank you so much, guys. Shout out to the Wolfpack. Tim Black's Wolfpack. We got a new shirt. This was not new. This is the woke shirt. We got a shirt called Change. We are the change. Guys, it's a great shirt. It's designed by my friend Momo Pineno, who I mention all the time. Go to TimBlackTV.com to find out more about our gear and pick up a shirt if you like the show. And don't forget me on Patreon. Because look, here's the deal, guys. There's very few of us who are really awake. You know, we realize that our narratives, the way the media talks to us, it's on a script. You look on one channel, it's the same thing they said on the other channel. How'd that happen? How they all get the same talking points? Well, it's because
you gonna eat your cornbread.
You had this thing called cornbread, ladies and gentlemen. Your cornbread. It's not physical cornbread. It's things that matter to you, right? Like your peace of mind. Or your vote, your solidarity, your protest, your ethics. That's your cornbread. They want that. Or they want you to give it away. They want you to forget about it. Forget about it. That's what they want. It's up to you and I to spread awareness. It's up to you and I to fortify our resistance. And I don't mean against Trump. I mean against the powers that be. I mean against the corporate media narrative. If it's false, and for us to be able to identify when someone's lying to us and what their true agenda is. It's never truly to unite us. The Democrats, not there to unite us. They're there to serve as a bookend to the Republicans.
Nobody take no cornbread from me.
So you got to decide if you're going to let somebody take your cornbread, take what's important to you away from you. Take your hope, your peace of mind, take your education, your ability to get a good education, your ability for clean water, your ability to, take care of your family, your ability to live indoors, your ability to have a sickness without losing everything, without becoming homeless because your spouse developed a condition. It's up to you.
Maybe I ought to eat your cornbread.
And if you decide, well, you know what, I don't want to get involved in this politics stuff, man. I got other stuff going on. They got a new season of The House of Cards coming on, man. What you talk about, Tim Black? Don't you know they got the new 2017 M&Ms coming out, Tim Black? Those are so delicious. I'd rather talk about M&Ms, man. I love M&Ms. They got something going on down at the TGIF Fridays, man. They got new glazed ham hock sandwiches is good. See, if you want to focus on the stupid stuff and you don't want to pay attention to what's really going on, yeah, you may be comfortable in your little bubble, but something's going to happen when that bubble going to pop. When that pop go pop, when the weasel go pop, the pop go pop. And when that pop happens, you're going to be looking around. You're going to realize you wasted a lot of time. You're going to realize it would have been better if you was in the fight and if you was paying attention. It'd be better if you cut off that dumb tube and you got in the battle with us. At least be aware of what's going on. So you're not walking around bumping into things. Because when we walk around and bump into things and we're not prepared and we don't know what's going on, well, you know what?
There's going to be consequences and repercussions.
It's going to be consequences and repercussions. If you enjoy this content, please subscribe to this channel and know this. If you try to talk to somebody this week and the conversation isn't going anywhere, you're dropping a lot of facts on, you're telling them really what's happening, they're not trying to hear it, they keep telling you, Putin, 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 Putin. You're trying to educate them, but you realize the conversation's not going anywhere? Do yourself a favor. Don't argue with them.
Let's sprinkle some crack on them and get out of here.
Sprinkle some facts on them and get out of there. That's what you do. Tomorrow's Friday, and Friday's Freedom Friday. That means you get to call up on this show. You get to say whatever's on your mind. You get time on the show. It's available on iTunes. It's available on Blog Talk Radio and Stitcher Radio and on YouTube and now on Periscope. So tomorrow, you get to call the show. You become a part of the show. So tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I hope to have you all here. Tune in. Be a part of it. That is your show. That's your day. That's for the community. That's not my day. My job is just to provide the line and to navigate and be the DJ. Your job is to tell the truth about how you feel about what's important to you. I'll see you tomorrow. And until we talk again, stay strong, stand tall, and don't you let nobody take your cornbread.
Tim Black. Tim Black. Tim Black. Yes, I am. True. Funny. Tim Black. I am TimBlack.com. Tim Black.
I'll see you guys next time.
So say good night to the bad guy. Come on.